What's up, Virgo? Welcome to your July 2020 reading. This is going to be a general reading for you, Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. Definitely check out your Moon, Rising, and your Venus video because this one may not apply to everybody, right? Don't get corns on your feet trying to get a shoe to fit that doesn't. Other than that, let's just get into this reading. If you are new, what's up? My name is Danny. If you are returning, hello, and thank you for coming back. Now, this month for you guys, Virgo, number one, I just want you to be aware of the fact that it is a very emotional month. We are in Cancer season, which is all about the emotions, right? A lot of people are kind of in their feels this month. With you guys, it may be no different. I see you guys spending a lot of time alone this month, and I actually think that's for the best. Now, last month where we picked up, it felt like you guys met somebody new, so there was definitely opportunity for new love interest for you guys, which was really exciting. Now, this month where we leave off, which we'll see if it kind of connects to the last story or not, or if this is like a whole new batch of Virgos that I'm talking to. But expect to be alone a lot this month. I just feel like there's a lot of emphasis on people around you that either were not who they say they were. So there's different degrees to people like lying about things, right? So there could be people who have been flat out lying to you, right? That's always a possibility. There could be people who, again, weren't exactly honest about who they are or what they want. And a lot of that has to do with them not knowing who they are and what they want. So, right, for a different reason. A lot of you guys might be separating yourself from also people who you feel like just add more stress to you and take from you all the time, right? We are in Cancer season. So this is attached to, for you guys, that's what, 11th house energy for you. So for you guys, this has a lot to do with your social settings and your friends and your goals and where you're going. And for some of you guys, this might be changing. This month might bring up some things that make you have to take a closer look at that. Also, we just had the Capricorn full moon, which for you guys, 5th house energy. So there's a lot about creation and your creativity. Also, if you have children, big emphasis on family, right? We are in Cancer season 2. That's all about 4th house energy. So with the families. So there's a lot that's shifting, especially in terms of your intimate circles, whether it's your friends or family. Also, I want you to keep in mind that for the next 6 months, Aries is, Mars is in Aries. Also, you know, Mercury's retrograde, so you already know I can't talk, right? Okay. As long as we got that out the way. Mars is in Aries, right? Which is where it's home, but it makes a lot of people very spicy. Those are two very spicy energies, right? And for you guys, it has a lot to do with your 8th house, which has a lot to do with death and rebirth and sex and regeneration. So I just feel like there's a lot changing right now, especially in terms of your intimate relationships. You have the Hermit card, which is the unseen energy. So this is you, right? This is your energy, which I do love. So again, this is a month and this is a time where it's really good for you guys to spend good time alone, going deep within, figuring out what it is that you want, what's important to you, kind of reevaluating your wants and needs, right? And that's something that this kind of Mercury retrograde will provide, because retrogrades always give us a second chance to look back at things. Now, the World card is underneath the Hermit card. So again, whenever we see the World card, that's a lot to do with transformations, a lot to do with leveling up. It's a lot to do with knowing that your world's not going to look the same, but it's really, really good shifts. For some of you guys, again, this has to do with relationships. For some of you guys, this has to do with friendships. We will see. Now, you guys start out with the Ace of Cups. This was what was in your past. You've got the present, which is the Chariot energy, and then you've got the future, which is the Four of Cups energy. It would seem to me that whatever was presented to you, I think a lot of you guys are kind of second guessing how you feel about things. Ace of Cups is an opportunity. It's a blessing. It's when your cups are so overflowing, you know, your cups are overflowing because you're so joyous. It's a gift from the universe. It's purity. It's also about trusting your intuition and your gut. Some of you guys may have been connecting with a Cancer sign person, but also keep in mind we are in Cancer season. Now we get the Chariot. This is about success moving forward. This is about, a victory. This is about being balanced, the yin and the yang. But then we get to the Four of Cups, and this is about being dissatisfied with something, or just like not moved by what's in front of you, or for some of you guys, too full of whatever it is you already have. Now, it's really interesting, though. It just seems to me that there's something that was presented to you guys that I think you're figuring out it wasn't all it's cracked up to be, right? And for a lot of you guys, this doesn't feel like anything that was malicious, but it feels like you're just realizing that there are certain things that you just don't like or can't deal with, or you know that in the long run won't work for you. Now, the Four of Cups came out again to clarify this Ace of Cups. So a lot of you guys, this does have to do with in terms of romance. Some of you guys might be looking at your partner or the person that you are getting to know on a deeper level, and you might be being like, it almost feels like there's some signs of, like there's some red flags showing up here, right? There could be some things where you're like, I don't know. Yes, we connect. Two of Cups. Yes, there's definitely attraction there. Yes, there's some balance there. So I think on an emotional level, I don't think that's it. I think it's almost, well, I'll just say it now. You guys have codependency and unrequited love. So again, like I was saying in the beginning of the video, for some of you guys, this could be like you feeling like someone just straight up lied to you. But for some of you guys, it feels like whatever you guys connected to, you're finding out slowly but surely this isn't all that it was cracked up to be. Not that they're not a good person, not that there aren't feelings, but it's almost like you guys are trying to think of it from a practical situation of like, okay, but how is this going to work? Like, this doesn't really work. Whatever's happening, this doesn't really work. Emperor energy. So Aries, some of you guys may have been connecting to an Aries. It could be that this person just seems very forceful and bossy, maybe a little bit too abrasive for your liking, right? Because whenever we get the Chariot, this is someone who moves forward. This is someone who shows victory and confidence, and it's a very dominant energy, especially when you team it with the Emperor. Emperor is the authority. That's daddy. So, also it could be, let's say you are dealing with someone who's kind of in transition of something. So maybe there's like, they have to move or something about their life or their lifestyle shifts, which makes you kind of be like, I don't know if I want to do this. So for instance, say you met this person, let's say they got a job opportunity as an example, right? And then in a nearby state or city or something. And so you know that this would be put more distance or pull on the relationship. So maybe now you're looking at it like, ooh, I don't know. It could be any of those things, right? It is a general reading. What I do know is this doesn't necessarily feel malicious. Of course, it's going to be varying degrees on what we're talking about and who you're talking to. But I think you're really looking at what's, in front of you and second guessing if this actually works for you. Eight of Cups. And it seems to me that a lot of you guys are going to find that you will be walking away. Or maybe this is something that you've been working on for quite a bit and you have to walk away. Five of Wands here is all about conflict. This could be about too many people being involved. This could be about, cheating and competition in that way. Totally. It could be about whatever, but really it's about the inability to move forward on something. Whenever we talk about Wands, we're talking about action. We're talking about fives, we're talking about chaos, right? You see they're not on the same page. Look at them all fighting different directions. Do we even know what the enemy is? Have we even agreed what that is, right? These people are all in their own way doing their own thing. There is no coming together. So Eight of Cups, whenever we reach an Eight of Cups energy, that is something like we've tried at, and we can see that it's just not going to work. So without any hard feelings, we can walk away with it knowing that we put in the actual effort that is required, right? And why I really say that too, which we'll get into the next row, is Seven of Swords, King of Wands, and Page of Cups. Now, Seven of Swords is what's in your environment. So again, this is someone who can be a cheater. This can want someone who can be sneaky. Maybe they're not the most communicative. This could be someone who's strategizing for something. It feels to me like some of you guys have connected with someone who they just weren't all that they were cracked up to be. Like maybe, or it could be something as simple as like someone who says that they like affection, and then you get around them and you try to show them some, and then they're like always pushing you away. So you're like, no, that's actually not what you like. Or, I mean, that's just an example, but it just feels like this individual or this situation, this opportunity in front of you guys that you guys liked at first and still like and see great things in. I think you're just finding that it doesn't fall into your life. But I do feel like someone wasn't the most honest about who they are and where they're coming from. But also I kind of feel like they don't even know themselves. Four of Wands. So this person could be married. On the worst scale, on the worst, like out of 10, this person could be married that you're connected to. King of Pentacles, right? This person could be married already. And so maybe you're finding out that you are the other man or the other woman. That's absolutely a possibility. But also for a lot of you guys, it feels like this is just a person who doesn't have their foundation straight. So even you could have connected with someone who presented like they had their finances in order, they have their own place, they have their own whatever the things are that are important to you. And now you're finding, actually, no, you don't. And if I connect with you in this way, I'm going to feel like I'm your mom all the time. And then I'm going to feel like you're a liability. And then this isn't going to be fun for me. And I say that too because you got the 10 of Wands. But notice you got the 10 of Wands here, and then you've also got the 3 of Cups here. So I think it's pretty split. Some of you guys are finding out that you are with someone or connecting with someone who's already fully connected into something else. Some of you guys are realizing that this person that you're connecting to is not all that they're cracked up to be, and you're going to have to be doing a lot more momming and dadding than you anticipated. 2 of Cups here with the King of Wands. Now that's interesting because this King of Wands is looking at the 7 of Swords walk away. It's almost like, you got the Wheel of Fortune at the bottom right now. I feel like this thing is sad, but I think you guys are going to move on, and there's even possible connections into something else, especially I'd say later down the road, more like end of August, September-ish. You got the Page of Cups here too, so it feels like, Virgo, if you walk away from this now, because whatever this is, it feels like it's kind of fresh, and it's kind of at that place where, you know, when you like someone and you can already kind of see things that are like problematic, but you like them. So you're like, well, no, maybe it's not that bad. So this feels like you guys are at that place where it's like, well, if you just walk away now and you know it's not like, you know, from a situation you know it's not serving you, from someone you know it's not going to work, if you can see it and walk away now and you know it to be true, then you do have the ability for something new to come right on in. Empress card is clarifying this Page of Cups. So it's almost as if, like, if this is a beginning stage of you guys talking to someone, you guys dating someone, and you're already seeing the signs, this is specifically for these people, then if you just keep it real with yourself, then you can easily move on to something new. Yeah. It seems like it would be more Leo season going into actually your season. It's a possibility though, because it just feels like this person, whatever you guys are connecting to right now, they're going to be a liability. You got the 10 of Wands, you got the 3 of Cups, you've got the Knight of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles energy, we know that's very slow. That's earth energy. That's your energy. This is about planning to do something different. This is about doing the action steps, writing out the business plan. This is before we take a step and actually do the thing, we plan it out first so that we know it's solid. And I think that's how you guys are going to approach your new situation. That's how I feel like you guys generally approach your situations. But it just feels like you're realizing that whatever this was, there was too much codependency here. They would have added too much weight to your load here. You would have taken on too much here. And again, because this could be someone who just isn't good at handling their responsibilities. And Virgo, y'all are the first sign that I will say does not have time for that. Okay? You don't have no time for that. Like, Virgos don't play when it comes to that. 8 of Swords. Yeah. 8 of Swords energy. So it's like, rather than being stuck, because 8 of Swords is that energy of being stuck in a situation that we've stuck ourselves into, right? Overthinking it instead of taking the action and just doing. So I think that a lot of you guys can kind of see this coming. And this is like, before we get to the 10 of Wands here energy, let's just plan for something new. Let's just create from a different space. Let's just move forward. Let's just, because, yep, at the bottom of that, 5 of Swords, it's like, I don't want the trauma. I don't want the drama. I don't want the arguing. Now, going back to this 3 of Cups card, this could have to do with the third party. I don't feel that always so often, but with this, I definitely feel like for some of you, this could be like you're figuring out that someone is, and even if they're not, I told you that it feels like somebody could be married already. Even if they're like technically separated, this could be someone who still didn't even tell you like that they're married and separated. It's like, why didn't you tell me that you were married still? You know what I mean? Just because you're separated. Fuck. Something like that. Now, Temperance energy. This is Sagittarius energy. It's funny that Sagittarius energy comes out with this 3 of Cups, because to me, Sagittarius is one of the hardest signs in the world to lock down. If a Sagittarius likes you, they really fucking like you, and they really aren't going anywhere, because a Sagittarius is one of the hardest signs to lock down in a relationship. Like, they just are. But when we get the Temperance energy, what it is, it's about hope and healing. It's about the balance, right? It's about being patient, taking things slow. If someone is involved with someone else too, and let's say like maybe they're separated, but there's still that involvement. This could be something that's been going on for a while. Could have even been since last November, December. But this is about needing to be patient about something and coming together with something, right? Because when we get the 3 of Cups, we get the joy, the serendipity. Of course, we have that third party energy, but more than that, we have the joy. I think for a lot of you guys, this is about just being patient. Now, everyone's on their own timeline. So things are going to happen for different people at different times, and depending on what actions you take, right? We all have free will. So this is the energy that's working with you. If you use this as a map, you can, you know what I mean? Kind of work it however you need to work it. But 2 of Swords, you need to get clear first. Yeah, I just think this is going to be one of those things where you guys are going to be, there's going to be those times I think you guys are walking away from something or somebody, because I think you are just like, this is not what I signed up for. And so this is about you guys moving forward and doing something new, going to something new. You got 2 2s, decisions all over the place. You got 3 2s. You got 2 of Cups, 2 of Swords, and 2 of Wands. The only 2 you don't have is Pentacles. Yeah, I feel like this is a month that you guys, something's going to come out. The Devil. Something's going to come out or be made very aware to you, or be exposed with this 7 of Swords. I really do feel that way. And I just think that with that 4 of Cups and the 8 of Cups, 4 of Cups twice actually, 8 of Cups, I think you're just going to be moving on. And depending on how you work this and how you do this, something else could be popping up very, very soon here. But until then, what I do see is, like always, y'all will be working on your monies and your finances, because that's what y'all do, right? Now, you've got 2 oracle cards. We've got Sever Vows of Poverty and Unlimited Ideas. So Sever Vows of Poverty says, Dear one, there's no need to suffer or sacrifice. Hold the intention of undoing any vows of poverty or self-denial that you may have made, consciously or unconsciously, in any lifetime. As you do so, all effects of these vows will be undone for everyone involved in all directions of time. Yes. So leaning towards that abundance mentality rather than poverty, okay? And then unlimited ideas, you've got your mind is one with God's infinite mind. Therefore, you have complete access to unlimited ideas guaranteed to bring blessings. All you need to do is take divinely guided action and allow these ideas to come to fruition. Unlimited ideas. Also, I think this is just about trusting your gut and trusting the intuitive hits that you're getting too, right? Because like it says, your mind is linked to God's infinite mind. Therefore, you've got the answers. You've got the direct plug, literally. So don't fight yourself on things that you know to be true. If you feel like something's not right, probably isn't. And you don't have to try to force yourself into it, because that don't ever work, honey. Now, going back to these cards, codependency and unrequited love. So unrequited love is there's not enough attraction or chemistry to keep this relationship going. Possibility. Again, some of you guys might have connected to someone where you're like, this actually is not what I want. And then codependency, addictions are affecting your romantic life. Again, with codependency, especially in terms of, it feels more like, okay, someone could be like, have codependency on drugs or something, but this could be just codependency on people taking care of them too, right? It feels like somebody does not have their stuff in order as much as they made it seem. And for you Virgos, that is very important, right? Because you guys are very responsible. You have your shit in order, then it's like, if I have my shit in order, or I'm working towards getting in order, then I don't see why you can't be doing the same thing if you're going to be in my space. Because otherwise what you're going to do is you're going to take me off my, what I'm doing, and I don't have time for that. So it feels like that for you guys this month. I'm really interested to see how this plays out next month, because I do feel like next month, if you let this go, those of you who know that you need to let this go, you're already starting to see signs of like, this just isn't going to work. Then there's a new opportunity for something coming back, or coming in and around. And can we normalize that too? Because I think a lot of people have problems breaking up with people unless they feel like, oh, he cheated on me, or she cheated on me, or you were completely betrayed and lied to. Like, you don't need a reason to not want to be with someone other than you just don't want to be with them anymore. I've broken up with people because they were really good people, but I realized you're not my person, right? And so even though you're a good person, and I think you should be able to be with someone who feels like you're their person, right? You deserve that, just like everybody else deserves that. So you don't need a reason. Someone doesn't have to whoop your ass or cheat on you in order for you to feel like that's the only way you can break up with them. Someone doesn't have to hurt you deeply for you to feel like you can break up with them. If you see signs that, oh, maybe they want different things out of life, or maybe, whatever, if things aren't in alignment that are important to you, and and you just already know it's not going to work for you, that is reason enough. It's reason enough, and people can feel however they want to feel. So whatever this is that might be bothering you, make sure you handle it, because what it does do is it does mess with our ability to create and our ability to have the unlimited ideas, right? And again, with that Capricorn full moon in your, highlighting your fifth house, all about that creativity and stuff, this is a really good 6 months, this whole second half of 2020, for you guys to really dive into that. And it's hard to do that when you've got other things on your mind. Okay, so I love you guys. If you would like a personal reading, email me at shesvibeytarot@gmail.com. But before you do, please go to the About tab, look at the menu of services and the pricing, and let me know what you want so that we can get the ball rolling, okay? I love you guys, and I'll talk to you later. Bye, Virgo.